So this year, we are actually going to be able to repair all vehicles.
Hey, Derek Merziowski here with Eastview Auto Tech. Hopefully everybody's doing well today.
What elements of this project would you change for next time?
Next time, elements for this project. One of the elements I'd change is probably the funding. The funding would hopefully be a little more. We were able to fix the cars with the funding we had, but there was so much more need.
Are you willing to do this project again?
Oh yeah, this is an amazing project, amazing opportunity, not just for myself and the actual student who won, but also for the students who are doing the repairs.
How does this classwork take on real world value for your students?
Real world value gives them an opportunity to actually, one, give back to the community, give back to somebody in need. So they're able to get that good sense of, oh, I'm doing something good for somebody, and also just to hold them responsible for live work. Live work meaning actual cars that we'll be driving out of the shop. So they'll have to take ownership and responsibility for their mistakes.
Are there gaps in what resources you have in order to really deliver on the vision of these projects?
Gaps. The only resource gaps would actually be the funding. We worked it out at the end, but other than that, there's no gaps. Everything else was great. And I feel like the production is amazing and that it's only going to grow from here.
How significant was the impact of completing this in less than one semester?
The impact and significance, it's very significant that we finished it. That way the student, especially whenever you're second semester, right, make sure that the student can take the car home for school. We try to focus more on hopefully the seniors and their cars, the ones who are going off to college, one who actually don't have the money to get their cars repaired, but those are going to be the vehicles that they use when they go to school.
All right, thank you for your time.
How are charter schools impacting the programs like the Ed Foundation?
So charter schools is an interesting topic, right? So I'm gonna add to charter schools, and I'm also gonna talk a little bit about vouchers and the political environment that the state is in currently. And really where that all comes down to is funding for public schools. And right now, with whether it be charter schools, whether it be vouchers, whether it be whatever the government's doing down in Austin, they're taking funding away from public schools. So how it's impacting the Ed Foundation is really, it's increasing both the need for foundations or organizations like the Ed Foundation, right? It's increasing our need as far as what we're gonna be needed to fund, if that makes sense. For us to be able to replace that gap, right? We're gonna have to raise more money. We're gonna have to become bigger programs in order to make up for the funding that's being removed if we're gonna continue to offer the type of programs to our students here in Georgetown. So I would say how it's affecting us is it's making us have to get bigger, have to grow, have to be able to make up for that gap.
How would we know how to make a business outside of school? Like, I haven't really seen that as a program or as a class. So how do we gain knowledge on it? And what do you think? Do you think maybe it should be a class? Maybe it should be a topic that should be covered in a specific program?
I think it's a great topic. I think it's an amazing topic in the sense of, is it a club? Is it something, I mean, you go back to the Ed Foundation and you go look at the board members that are on the Ed Foundation. We have a lot of local business owners, right? We have a lot of knowledge on those board members. How do we, I think the question you're asking me is, how do you as a student gain access to the knowledge that is out there?
Where do we start?
Where do you start, right? How do we connect that to? And can the Ed Foundation serve as that bridge? And I would say yes. Now, what does that look like? I don't know. Let's sit down and figure it out, right? I mean, that's all good, fun things start with, I don't know, let's sit down and figure it out. I think, but yes, I mean, that's an area, you've got a group of local business owners and, not only retired, but current. And I mean, there's a lot of knowledge that sits on that that are there because they care about the students in GISD, right? Is there a way to have a mentorship or some type of, sharing of information? There's got to be.
Okay. Is that something that you would like to happen?
Oh, yes. I mean, I think the more, as a local business owner, right? As the more entrepreneurish, the more ways that we can pour back in and get people. I mean, that's what makes our country great.
Yeah.
Right? Is people willing to go out and take a chance and build something. And there's so many people around this town that will be there to help you do it.
Yeah.
It's just, how do we connect that?
Yeah. What's the bridge?
What's the bridge?
That's the next step.
That's the next step.
All right. That's an awesome response. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you.